Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I've gotten a couple questions about the D-ring attachments that I've been... Salvador's in here and he's inside of a box tearing up paper. But anyways, I've gotten a couple questions on the D Ring Rivets that I've been selling on my website. If you haven't seen them, they are these guys that come with a 3/4 inch D-ring and then these mini guys, the minikins. And so I wanted to show you how to install them. Currently, all I have left are these antique brass, and then I also have nickel left. Black nickel is sold out, and then I'm sold out of all of my mini ones, but I do have more on the way. So I'm going to show you today how to install the big guy on a purse. And then in the little guy, I don't have a completed project to show you, but I'm going to walk you through. It's the same process, but this is what it looks like when it's... Oh, there's so much hardware. That is what the little one looks like when it's on a bag. So I hope that you enjoy this. Press the like button, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. And if you are interested in these or these, and they are currently sold out, you can navigate to the listing on my website and sign up for restock notifications. Then as soon as I put them up for sale, you'll get an email letting you know that they are ready to be purchased. So enjoy. To install these D-ring arches, what you're going to do is figure out where on your bag you want them to be placed. You can place them horizontally, or alternatively, you can bend the entire piece and you can place it vertically. For this bag and for this tutorial, I'm going to place mine vertically right here on the left and right side edges of the bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my D-ring arches and I'm going to slide my D-ring into the groove and I'm going to start bending it. Now these things are pretty strong. They are made out of brass, but so I'm going to bend it to where it looks like this. I'm getting a partial bend, and then I'm going to align it right here on the edge, exactly where I want it to sit, and continue the bend. You can see it just starts, or I mean, once you clamp it down, it stays where it's supposed to, and that's where you can move it around and line it up even more. And then I'm going to take my marking pen, and I'm going to mark exactly where I want to punch the hole. Now I'm playing this one a little fast and loose because I'm doing it right here on the seam. I don't normally do that, but you know, why not? Once you use your marking pen and mark the dot, you can see right there, I'm gonna punch the hole. So now I'm gonna take this entire piece and line it back up where I marked the hole, put my rivet through the punch hole. Oh, and I'm gonna need a bigger rivet. We need a bigger boat. I normally get by with using my 7mm rivets, but for this purpose, I'm gonna use my 9mm. And so you slide it through where you can see the end of the post and add your cap. So it's gonna look like that. Now I'm going to repeat that process on this side. But before I do that, I'll show you, if you want to do it horizontally, what you would do is you just lay the hardware exactly where you want it to sit. And I always like to center this hump right here on my seam. And then if you want to, you can measure down so that you know that you're measuring at the same, that they're going to be at the same height on the bag. But then you would just mark it with your marking pen and then punch the holes and then inset the rivets just like normal. But since I'm doing mine vertically, I went ahead and I inserted the D-ring and I started the bend. And you don't want to bend it too much because if you do, then you can't get this piece to sit exactly on top. So you don't want to keep crimping it down until you have it exactly where you want it to sit. So there's mine. Oh, so I can kind of see I crimped it down a little too far, and you can see here it's not sitting all the way down flush like this one is. So if that happens, you need to open it back up and try again. There we go. Okay, so now it's sitting where I want it to sit. I'm gonna make my mark. There we go. I can see the post is coming through this side. And so my crimp isn't quite tight enough. Now what you can do here, if you can't crimp it with your hand, you can take a pair of needle nose pliers and you can crimp it, but you just want to be sure or be careful that you're not going to scratch the surface of the hardware. Now on this antique brass, it's not so noticeable because it already has the scratches on it from the finish, which is how it's intended to look. But if you're using the nickel or the black nickel, you're going to want to be careful using needle nose pliers because it could potentially mar the metal. And then whatever setting tool you have, which as you can see, I'm going to be using my rivet setter, you're going to set those rivets into place. And then there we go. Now I have my 2 D Ring rivets there. You can add your strap. And now we're done. And so now on the mini D Ring rivet, I don't have a completed project to show you how to add it, but it's the same concept, but I'm just gonna show you using this piece of cork. But essentially what you would do is once your project is completed, you would just punch your hole, grab your rivet post and put it up, put it through the cork, and then you add your rivet, your D-ring on top, and then the cap. And then you would just use your press and press it into place. Now, if you bought these mini D-ring rivets from my website, from the manufacturer, they came with single cap rivets, which means that there's not a post that goes on the back. So you would want to actually install the mini D-ring before your project is done. You're just going to install it into the exterior, and then you'll nest your lining into the exterior and finish your bag like normal. And then once you have your bag turned right side out, the D-ring rivet will be ready to go for you to attach your strap to. Hope you enjoyed that super short tutorial on how to install my D-ring rivets. Don't you love this bag? I just wanted like a brain refresher the other night, and I love these colors together. They're giving me like 50s beach, like bungalow vibes. But yeah, so I whipped this guy up. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial on how to attach the D-ring rivets. And like I said, sign up for restock notifications and you'll be the first to know when they're back in the shop. And I will see you soon.